Welcome. Welcome. Yes. Ah.
I think what Trevor and I were talking about was if everyone's heard the new Justin Bieber record, right? It sounds just like Mk.gee and Dijon, which are two indie artists. I can't remember if we said this in the podcast or if maybe I said it to you or maybe just Trevor and I were listening or talking about this. But Mk.gee and Dijon did a thing that I think Mac DeMarco and maybe like Tame Impala did in the early 2010s. For better for worse, I think they defined a sound for the next 5 to 10 years.
Isn't it crazy? Like, do you get just like hella plug-in ads to like?
How to sound like Mk.gee?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get plugins, but like on like YouTube pre-roll, it's like, do you want to get that? Well, I guess it's not plugins, but it's like tutorials. Like, you want to get that Mk.gee sound?
I get ads. There's this one plugin in specific called New Distort.
Yeah.
NU Distort.
I love that.
It's a cool plugin.
It's awesome.
But like every demo is like a dude just ripping Mk.gee. Like they're not even trying to play like it's the exact same tone, and then they're not even trying to play something even a little bit different. Like it's almost not even derivative. It's just might as well should be like a bunch of like major hammer-ons and hammer-offs and fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know.
But Mk.gee and Dijon, like,
so definitely
we were saying that
thing.
They kind of did this sound, and there's a very distinct sound. It's like, ooh, that's Mk.gee. And then in the indie world specifically, a lot of people have been kind of copying that, for lack of a better word, and taking influence that, and it definitely has been influencing a lot of indie music. And in a similar way that when Mac DeMarco did his thing in like the early 2010s, that kind of defined what everybody was going to be copying for the next 10 years. Mk.gee, Dijon, they're kind of doing that. And then right after we had that conversation, Justin Bieber drops his record, Swag, which if you haven't listened to Swag or you haven't listened to Dijon and Mk.gee, it's all the same thing. It's like Swag is a Dijon and Mk.gee record. They're producers on it. It literally sounds like Justin Bieber heard the Mk.gee record, listened to Dijon, called them both and said, could you come just do that for me?
I think that's exactly what happened.
I would not be surprised if that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I just I thought it was cool because it was like Justin Bieber is like the biggest artist ever. Like he's Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And he's doing like the sound. The one thing I will say though, as far as a sound of Mk.gee, defining indie music for maybe the foreseeable future, I think Justin Bieber might have put a hard halt on that.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, who knows? I mean, like,
it's still a cool sound.
Mk.gee, it's weird to see. I wonder what he wants out of his career to go forward because
not money anymore.
Because when his album came out, there was interviews with him and there was interviews with Dijon both. And something that Dijon said was that like, and they both said this, which I honestly thought was really annoying because I was like, it's not up to you to tell people what they should take away from something that they're listening to. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
But they both were like, if you came away from this thinking like, oh, Mk.gee is like the best guitar player ever, like you didn't get the album. They both said that. And Mk.gee just said that with no further point, which I thought was arrogant as fuck and annoying. But, and he said that after somebody told him that Eric Clapton complimented his guitar playing. And I was like, okay, so you're a piece of shit, but whatever. Anyways. So
he's gotten a lot of cosigns. I think Paul McCartney's a fan.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If Paul McCartney did another one of those like collab albums where he had other people like cover his songs, remember that?
Yeah.
Dominic Fike covered that one song. It's really good.
Yes.
Like McGee would fucking rip that shit up.
Did
for
you hear
sure.
it's like an anniversary album of the Talking Heads, and all those artists did.
Oh, I mean, I listened to Paramore's cover of
Yeah.
Burning Down the House.
Yeah.
But that's the only one I really listened to.
Yeah.
But Dijon, on that point that he was making, or the same point that he made about like, if you think like McGee is like the best guitar player ever, like you didn't get the album. He went on to say like, it's not really about his guitar playing. He's just like the most prolific producer out there right now, which is like fair because it's kind of to the point that you're saying. Like he's defining what indie music can sound like, which is also a point that McGee made himself. He's like, I did it right. Like if you're making indie music, this is what it's supposed to sound like, which is a direct quote from his New York Times interview.
This is what it's supposed to sound like?
Yes. Indie music, period. What he said. Anyway, we didn't, you guys can make your own opinions about that statement. But
That was the exact quote?
yes. He said he made the greatest record ever. And then it was followed by that.
Okay, how do we feel about...
Hold on.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So the reason I say I wonder what he wants next out of his career is because I feel like Dijon's statement had to have been somewhat calculated, or at least a point that they both talked about, where it's like, dude, I'm tired of people just saying that I'm a great guitar player. Like, why don't they talk about like how good of a producer I am? He's like, yeah, people should talk about how good of a producer you are. I'll back you up on that. And then it's like, okay, cool. So like, next thing he does is produce Justin Bieber's album. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
It's like, okay, this was a calculated thing. Like you don't really see. It seems like you want to move outside of just McGee as an artist.
I think that's a battle that a lot of artists go through. I mean, like, I love John Mayer. I've talked about John Mayer on this podcast before, as a songwriter and a guitar player. And, obviously when he first started making tunes, it was Your Body is a Wonderland, fucking whatever. And he's talked about that in interviews where when he started the John Mayer Trio, that was in efforts to do exactly what McGee's talking about, where everyone has an expectation of what you are and trying to redefine that image. So I think a lot of artists feel that they get maybe pigeonholed and then they try and progress out of that. So I think that's probably I don't think that maybe is unique to him, and I don't think you're saying that either. But yeah, it is interesting. Probably that. Also, I've heard like Tyler the Creator talk about that, where he was like, okay, everyone thought I was only making like fucking rap bangers, and then so he wanted to make Flower Boy, which was very different, and then Igor, like sad
I think
songs.
Tyler doesn't realize how cohesive his albums are together.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's like has been like a development over time. However, like if you ever go back and listen to like Cherry Bomb, right? There's a lot of similar sound design and like similar like singing moments. Not as much, but like Tyler has a sound that has been around consistently for longer than just Flower Boy. It's not like he recreated everything. You know what I mean?
Flower Boy might not be the best example, but I think maybe Igor was a little bit.
I used to agree with you. Like I used to be like, oh yeah, like, Flower Boy like changed like how Tyler was doing shit. And like while they definitely talks about a lot more complicated personal emotions, which I think is a bigger part of it as well. There's a lot of like production shit that I was like, yeah, you're, kind of doing the same thing. Like it's a little bit more like polished at times, but I don't know.
You're saying that you can hear the similarities between him as an artist
throughout all of his stuff. That it's not as big of a pivot at any album as I used to think. I'm not going to say as people say or as he says, because I don't know what people say or what he says, but I used to think that he had like this big turning point moment where he was like, time to get serious and win a Grammy and do shit differently. And I think really what he did was take more time and maybe be a little bit more intentional, but it still sounds like the same Tyler a lot of the time.
I can get down with that. Now, one of the things you said that I'm trying to remember, or I didn't want to forget. Mk.gee or whoever saying like this is like the best album ever, blah blah blah. You hear a lot of artists say that. Whenever an artist drops a record, it would be sabotage to be like, this is like my third best album. Like every artist has to say this is my best album, and then you can even go as far to say is like this is the best album ever or whatever. And I think about that from the perspective of like promoting a song and how much of it, like I feel like artists feel like they have to say that. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to promote a record. You have to sell it as like, you need to listen to this record. It's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? How much of it do you think is truly like, this is the best record ever made? Or is it just like, okay, I need to promote this album. I need to sell it to people. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Because I feel like...
I'm not saying you should or shouldn't do that. I'm just saying how much of it is they truly believe that? Or do you think there's a level of like, their manager in their ear, like, hey, like when you go on this interview, you better fucking sell this record because, you know, my kid's got to fucking eat.
I don't know. I mean, both, but like, with Mk.gee, it kind of felt like the interviews were happening like a good bit after the record came out. And it was like the response to the acclaim. More than it was promoting it when it was still on its like rise. Now, you could debate that. You know, there's no exact science, but that was the vibe that I was giving. I thought that the New York Times interview was like kind of in bad taste, but in general, I'm not a big fan of the Kanye West greatest of all time, like putting the crown on your own head type thing. I think it's kind of stupid. But if we're not, that's not exactly what you asked. You kind of asked about like comparing artists' current work to their previous work and being like, this is the best thing I've ever done. I think that that's like a little bit of a cop-out. I don't think that
like, remember when Doja Cat did that?
I don't remember.
Doja Cat was all over Twitter, like promoting her new record. And she was like, if you like the old stuff, like that stuff is dog shit compared to this new one. And it was very matter of fact, and it was very, and I think a lot of people were a little bit turned off and a little bit put off, like, hey, like, I like your old music. She was kind of calling people like idiots for liking the old stuff.
Yeah.
I think I remember that being like the scuttlebutt.
Dude, Doja is never without some fucking controversy. Like, people pick apart her words all the time because she just says unfiltered crazy shit all the time, and I think people like don't like it. But she, like, especially on Twitter, has I can't count the amount of times I hear people be like, or see like an Instagram post about people being upset about shit that she has said. It's like, yeah, she just doesn't give a flying fuck and will just say whatever's on her mind and then maybe regrets it later, maybe doesn't. Who knows? I think that's a little weird though. Strange behavior. But yeah, I think being like, this is the best album I've ever done. You have to listen to it. Like, this is even saying that it, like, blatantly saying like, this is so much better than everything else I've done. I think that it's a little bit naive and it's a little bit of a cop-out because you don't have to say those things. You can say how excited you are about an album and you can say all of the reasons that you love it and what excites you about it without being like, without undercutting your previous work. You know what I mean? And that gives you the opportunity to dig a little bit deeper and talk about what the album means to you than just being like, this is the greatest thing ever. It's better than everything else out right now. It's better than all my other stuff. Like, that's just kind of, you know, Think about like 5th grade English, where they're like, don't just say something's good if you like it. Like, why do you
why
like
is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I can get behind that. Now to pivot, now I have to talk about why my songs coming out are the best songs that I've ever written. No, but really, like I think I'm thinking about that because I'm right now I'm in the promotion fucking whirlpool. You all right?
Yeah, I'm going to go get more Coors Light.
More fuel. Because I'm kind of in this fucking promotion cycle right now. I announced it, I think on the 100th episode, that I was going to tell you guys when it's coming out. I have a song coming out on July 23rd. July 23rd, this song that I wrote is called Park Yourself. And it's funny because we're talking about this like, oh, you should, but I feel like it's probably the best work. But I'll say this.
It's okay, you're a young artist with no albums out.
Truth. But in the vein of what we're talking about, I'll say this. It's the reason I like this so much isn't necessarily because it's just what I did before, but better. It's just different, you know?
Yeah.
This is a little bit more of a change. And I'm sure you feel a similar way in the music that you've been recording because it's very different than the stuff you've put out in the past.
I was thinking about it. I think I'm going to have to take down the really old music whenever I am ready to start putting stuff out again because...
I mean, it's so different.
So different.
So different. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you've heard the stuff. Is it... To me, like kind of similar to what you're saying about like Tyler the Creator, I feel like it's not so different where I'm like, holy shit, like this doesn't sound like me at all. I hear myself in it. But it's a bit of a left turn. It's a little more fun. It's a little harder. It's a little more... I would say that's probably the defining factor for this next thing, and it's a defining factor in my music writing in general. It's much more fun. And I think you've been getting into that a lot too. Like the fun is coming through in the songs that you're writing. So yeah. July 23rd, Park Yourself is coming out, and I would like to ask you all for a favor. I would like to ask you to please stream this song like your life fucking depends on it. This song, I have a lot of confidence in it. The music video is very, very cool. The people that I worked with on the music video did an absolutely amazing job. Yeah, this is something I'm very, very proud of, and it's marking like a new era for my music, and it's marking like a new era for Sungrove and just myself in general. So I'm asking you guys, since you listen to us every week, just run it up, throw it in a fucking playlist. And this is also
what day does this podcast come out?
This comes out on Thursday, so it'll be out 6 days after you're seeing this. This is where I'm gonna do my yearly breakdown of how this is how you can truly support small artists. Okay. Because there's a lot of people, I've said this before, so if I'm repeating myself, sorry, but, for the new people. Small artists, how you actually support them with streaming music, right? You can stream it, and cool, that's awesome. But there are certain things that you can do if you like a small artist, not even myself. If you see a small artist and you're like, this song is really good, I would like to support them. This is free ways that you can actually do something for them. The Spotify algorithm and stuff like that, they love engagement. So don't just stream a song. Save it. That's really important for small artists. Save that fucking song. Put it in a playlist that you think it sounds like with other things. Play it in that playlist. You can obviously share it on social media. That's like a really big one. That's free and it helps a lot. But stuff you can just do on your own, save that fucking song and put it in a playlist. It sounds very small, but the more people that do that, the more traction that song is going to get. And a lot of people don't think like that, right? They're just like, yeah, like I streamed the song, I liked it.
But all right, we're going to start a new thing. It's called the Park Yourself Challenge. You're going to put the song Park Yourself in as many Benson Boone playlists as possible. Benson Boone and Justin Bieber. That's the pivot, David.
Don't do that.
That's the lane that David's pivoting into. He needs your help.
I'm going to be doing backflips at the next show.
Which is just David drunkenly falling on his back.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a backflip. I got it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm on right now.
Nobody do that. If we see any playlists with Benson Boone next to Sungrove, we're going to complain about it on the podcast.
The music promotion cycle is a grueling task that, to me, is it's like all encompassing. Like it takes a lot of thought into like the promotion of things, like thinking about the visuals, and there's so much fucking shit you have to do when you're an independent artist and you don't have a team. It requires a lot of work, which is fine. I'm not complaining about that, but it's a bitch. It's a bitch to fucking be in that world, and I'm like not excited to get out of it, but like I like the it takes me out of the creative, if that makes sense. I think I mentioned in one of the 100th episode, like you have to learn how to compartmentalize your promotion side of your brain and your creative side of your brain. For me, the way that's manifested has been like not necessarily I'm doing promotion today and I'm writing a song. It's like I have to really like separate the two. It's like, okay, I'm going to do a week and I just do all the promotion shit. And then when I'm doing the creative stuff, like if thoughts of like music promotion start seeping in, I have to like fully step away and like I can't multitask on it, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's been kind of difficult. But yeah, this thing it's a bop. It's fun. I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
It is a bop. Certified
bop. The music video though, fuck. Great job to everybody who worked on it. I'm gonna dance in this music video. I hit a sick one. It's cool. It's fun. I get to beat up our friend Colin in the music video. It's cool. It's fun. It's violent in the best way possible. And yeah.
You should go see Superman.
Should I?
It's really good.
I've heard good things about it.
It's really good. Yeah. I mean, we can't really talk much about it because you haven't seen it yet, but
is it
bro, like when
is it because I know DC's been doing like an
when
adult
has
thing?
James Gunn missed? When? All the Guardians of the Galaxy, all three, fucking amazing. Peacemaker's fucking sick. His Suicide Squad was fucking amazing.
His Suicide Squad was awesome. Yeah.
Like he took a movie that like unanimously was agreed upon to be the fucking worst ever, and he made a sequel to it that people loved.
Yeah. He's by far the best thing. Now I know a lot of you guys that have been in the comments and you guys don't tend to like Marvel movies and superhero movies and stuff like that.
Superman made me a happy nerd.
Yeah?
It's just fun as fuck. Yeah, it's really good.
Because DC's been doing like the adult thing. Is it like an adult movie or is it
like it's for everybody? Like you can dig deeper into it if you want, but like it's also really like comic booky and colorful and like it's just yeah, it's great.
Okay.
And I think it's actually like a good movie to see. Like I could see this movie being like a classic in 40 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
All right. Big claims from Mr. Williams. Big claims. Okay. Cool. I'll go see it. I don't know when I'm going to see it, but I'll go see it.
I got Stubbs A-list.
How's that?
I'm going to go back and see Superman this week.
No, what? You're going to double watch a movie in theaters?
We had pretty bad seats, I won't lie. I was like in the fourth row, all the way to the left. IMAX.
Yeah, but that doesn't... Well, IMAX.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it used to, I remember like when seats used to be like shitty, front row sucked.
Yeah,
like,
but...
you had a neck ache.
Yeah, so... Well, these were shitty seats. These were the old school seats. But also, apparently row D is the certified I gotta pee row. Holy fucking shit. I stood up 7 times to let people out. I'm not kidding.
Were people boozing?
I don't know. It seems like a bunch of fucking nerds to me, but I guess nerds booze.
Yeah. Little
I don't
pregame
know.
before Soupy Man.
Yeah, dude, it was like crazy. Like, so many people. And every single time I looked back, I was like, you guys seeing this? Or I was actually just looking back to see, like, is anybody else getting up and, like, going to the bathroom? Like,
You're talking about Colin double sees movies all the time. I can't
yeah,
do that.
he saw Superman with me. That's the second time he saw it.
I can't double see a movie in theaters. That's not my
No,
vibe.
well, here's the thing. I paid the Stubbs A-list is $27 a month. The movie ticket for Superman in IMAX was $28. So I already covered the price of the fucking thing.
Well, there you go.
So I'm probably gonna go back and see that again.
Okay.
Fantastic Four comes out next week. I'm gonna give it a shot because fuck it, why not?
Any other movies you're ready to see that aren't superhero based? Megan 3 or Megan 2, Meg 2.
I'm not seeing Megan 2.0. I don't give a flying fuck. You know what other movie I don't give a flying fuck about and everybody keeps asking me to go see it?
What movie do you not give a flying fuck about and everyone keeps asking you to go see it?
Formula One. I don't give a shit.
Who's that?
dude.
Is that Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt and some new guy. Well, maybe he's not new. I don't mean to be disrespectful. You're probably a great actor and have done many commercials.
I love seeing actors like do like their first commercials. Like, have you seen the guy who plays George Costanza? Have you seen there's like a Lay's potato chip fucking commercial?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I love seeing that shit.
Dude, you know the AT&T girl? She's in this movie with Ryan Gosling that comes out like next year or some shit like that. Crazy. I was like, it's weird though. It takes me out of it. I'm like, no, you're Flo from Progressive. You're not allowed to do anything
She's not
else.
Flo from Progressive.
No,
but
she's
yeah,
not.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
I get what
No,
you're
you're the Geico Gecko. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to be in anything else.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
Well,
looks-
no, but Flo from Progressive is like one of the highest paid actresses out there.
Oh
Like,
my god,
think about it.
dude.
She's been the face of their brand for over 10 years.
Have you? Okay. Who's the guy? He's in Parks and Rec, and he's like the super fit dude. What's his name? Fuck.
I don't know Parks and Rec very well.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Parks and Rec, super fit health guy.
I might go see the new Jurassic World, but I've heard it's just fine. That's the thing, is like I'm down to go see movies, but because I have this A-list thing, but like just because it's free doesn't mean it's worth the time to go necessarily.
Parks and Rec, actor, fire department show. I know this is insane. What the fuck is his name? Oh my god. Not
Oh,
Ryan-
Eddington looks fucking crazy. You've seen the trailer for that. That's the
No.
Ari Aster movie. It's about the sheriff running for mayor in a town called Eddington, and it takes place during COVID in 2020.
Oh yeah,
Looks-
there's like a bunch of side stories too, right?
Uh,
I thought I remember seeing an ad for it. It was like that guy, and there was other stories of like other political figures or something like that.
well, Pedro Pascal is running against Joaquin Phoenix, and that's the mayoral race
I
in
might be
this
thinking of
town
somebody else.
called Eddington.
Okay, the person I was thinking of is Rob Lowe.
Oh, he's not like a super fit guy, but he's like a heartthrob from the 80s and 90s.
No. In Parks and Rec, he plays like he's like a crazy health guy. He's
okay.
He is in a show, dude. Rob Lowe is in this fucking show. It's like a bad soap opera, and it's about being a firefighter. And there's a fucking scene that I got pushed.
Oh, I have seen bits and pieces of this.
Some dude like got caught in a cryo chamber, like cryotherapy.
As one does.
And they show up and they're like, oh shit, he's fucking frozen. And so they bring him down, like, we don't got a pulse. And then he's like, I'm starting compressions. And then the EMT lady's like, wait, no, don't. And then Rob Lowe goes like that to give him compressions, and his entire chest breaks and cracks and caves in because the guy's supposed to be frozen. It's the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen.
That sounds pretty realistic to me.
It literally like crumbles like a fucking like chocolate
That
bunny.
happens in something else too. But it's not like dude, that's like lasered into my brain, but it wasn't that. It was like another thing where like somebody goes to like do that and they like just cave somebody in. But I don't think it was frozen. I think it was like rotting. Maybe it was frozen. I don't know.
Maybe we're wrong. Maybe that's how science works. Maybe if you freeze, you can crack yourself in half.
I really want to see 28 Years Later.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Edding-
Actually, just kidding. I've heard very polarizing things. But everyone who I know saw it said it was amazing. But I have heard that some people got beef with that movie.
I also have heard polarizing things, but nobody has elaborated, which is kind of sick because I'm excited to see for myself.
All right. Now you're an A-list member, so you got that.
I didn't go see The Phoenician Scheme. Did you see that?
Nope. Oh, dude.
Karate Kid Legends.
No.
There's this rom-com.
I served the bad guy from Karate Kid 3 at the restaurant the other day. I had no idea it was him.
Dude, I didn't even know that there was a Karate Kid 3.
Dude, what are you talking? Or maybe it was 2 when they go to Okinawa.
Okay, I know that there's a Karate Kid 2. But
All right, I'm not super tuned into movies these days. However, I've been running it up on some fucking albums. And an album that I think everybody should listen to, yourself included. It's a little bit out of your current genre tastes, but in the past, I feel like this could be like one of your favorite fucking records. Magdalena, I think that's how you say it. Magdalena Bay. It is, let me pull it up. Yeah, Magdalena Bay. The album is called Imaginal? What's that word? Imaginal? Imaginal? What?
yeah, Imaginal Disc.
Imaginal Disc. Came out in 2024. It's a pop record. But it's fucking amazing. The songwriting is really, really catchy. Sound design is really interesting. As the record progresses, it gets a little more experimental towards the end. Fucking awesome. I've had it on repeat. Noah, our drummer, he went to Berkeley with that drummer, so he like casually knows him a little bit. Great fucking record. Great record. Yeah.
Synth pop straight from the simulation. That's what their
Straight from the simulation.
Spotify bio is.
I'm not gonna shit on this too hard because I might end up doing something like that. But I'm not a big fan of that kind of copy that's been floating around the music world. Like straight from the simulation, fucking dream pop from another dimension, punk rock for aliens in human form, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it. It comes off as very what is the word? I don't know what the word is. I'm just not a huge fan of it. And it's all over the place, especially maybe not with like really established artists, but you see a lot of younger artists who are like not haven't really popped yet. Like their Spotify bios are they're trying to be very catchy and clever with the kind of things that they say. So, I don't know. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any music suggestions?
Let's see. I mean, I think I spent my entire day just listening to a playlist mix of LCD Sound System, Viagra Boys, Idols, and Amyl and the Sniffers. This is the cover that I made.
A penis on coffee.
Yeah. I recently have practiced, learned, and perfected doing latte art at work, but I do penises on people's coffees.
Have you given it to customers?
Yeah. It's a big hit. People like it. They think it's so funny. Let's see. Liked songs. What have I liked recently? Oh, yes. Okay. So I heard this song at a coffee shop recently. It's called Idol 80. It's by this guy, Alex Ho. If you're a fan of Elijah Fox or the Yusuf Days trio, Elijah Fox plays piano for Yusuf Days, and he's a really good jazz pianist and composer. He did an album recently that's made entirely with like vintage analog synths. This guy, Alex Ho, this album reminded me of that a lot. And he only has like 2,000 monthly listeners. He's only done this one album, and it came out in 2021. So I don't think he's like putting a lot of effort into growing his, like, you know, Spotify numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just a really cool, calm, synthy instrumental album. The album's called Move Through It. The song that I really liked was called Idol 80. Alex Ho. Pretty sick.
Hell yeah. Alex Ho. Very nice. All right, kids. We'll put a bow on this late evening podcast for you. Like we said, Karl loves Superman. I have a song coming out on July 23rd called Park Yourself with a music video.
Are you going to put the music video out on the 23rd?
Same day, same time.
Yeah.
Midnight, baby.
Run it up.
Run it up.
Run
it up. Yeah. Just all right, how about this? You can stream the song, you can put it in a playlist. That'd be sick. But at the very least, just hit your boy up on YouTube, on the Sungrove YouTube page. Watch the video and then fucking subscribe. You can subscribe to this YouTube page as well if you haven't already. But subscribe to that Sungrove YouTube page because this video, you'll see. It's
like a real good thing, you know?
It's a real good thing. It's a real good thing. And I'll say this. You're going to watch it and you're going to say, David, how much money did you spend on this thing? This is crazy. We know you can't afford that. What are you doing going into debt like that? And let me tell you, it cost that much. Well, technically, no. I had to buy everybody food that day, so it cost like $200. But the entire thing, the entire music video was done on favors. We just called everybody. It was like, yo, this is the one. All right? Like, this is the favor. We need it. And everyone pulled through, and it was fucking amazing. So run that up on July 23rd. Anything else?
No.
All right. We will see you next week.
Enjoy. Goodbye.
Goodbye.